What's happening, everybody? Thanks for joining me tonight. Sorry I'm late. It's been a day. It's been a few days, actually. So, good to see you all here. And a little bit of a exception here I have to put in here, or precursor, I don't know what you call it. Disclaimer, yes. I have not finished dialing in this pedal board. This is all preliminary. It's all pretty much dialed in basic for, to do a live stream with tonight. And I've been working a lot, so I haven't had a chance to really dig into this, but I will. And I will be doing more videos with all of these different pedals very soon. I have a bunch of pedals on here. In fact, I'll turn on the pedal board cam. It's the best angle I could get, sorry. But I got all my overdrives up top, and I basically did this because I want to start demoing pedals on the channel. And with my old setup, I couldn't do it. And I was having some other issues that I wanted to take care of. And it seems to be taken care of now. We'll see, as time goes by. But this is still in testing phase and dial-in phase. But for the most part, I think everything sounds really good. And as the weeks go by, I'll be putting the finishing touches on everything. I ended up getting two delays from TC Electronic. I wanted one for rhythm, one for leads, and then there's 3 open slots for presets on both pedals that I can either download presets or create my own. I'm most likely going to create my own tonight. They're just basic presets just to get me through the night. And I'll do dial-in on the flashback very soon and show how that's done. That pedal is powerful. There is so much you can do with that pedal. It's insane. Like, if you want to dial in your own custom delay pedal, that's one to get right there, because I mean, there's nothing it can't do for the most part. I haven't dug real super deep into it, but I've looked at the editing software and everything else, and I could not believe all the stuff you could do way beyond the knobs on the pedal itself. When you go into software, you can do so much more, and I really like that. So you can create your own tone print on that pedal, which I think is awesome. And from what I've seen in their videos, I don't know if you could share tone prints yet, but they're working on the ability to do that, which I think is really freaking badass. So yeah, and when that happens, I can share tone prints with you guys, which I think is cool. And that's with the Corona and the TC Electronic Dreamscape, and, like they said, with the Flashback too. So 3 TC Electronic type pedals on here that I could do a lot of stuff with. So that's going to be freaking awesome. So I'll get to starting on playing real quick here. I just want to say hello to everybody. Sorry about last night. It was a crazy night. I had to work. So work is work, Ronnie K, what's going on? Sean Casey, Mike Nash, Ben Burnett, what's happening, man? Muddy Creek Critters, what's going on, man? Hello from rainy Ohio. Yeah, you're getting the same weather we got, aren't you? I mean, our roads are all ice right now. I had to wash trucks in the ice last night. That was not easy. I was washing trucks on a hockey rink. Mule Blues, good evening, Captain Crunch. What's up, buddy? Good to see you here. Tony Krozik, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Good evening, guys, and Jared. Good evening, buddy. Good to see you here. JB50 Watt, what's happening? Pedalboard looks awesome. Technically, some of those pedals are digital, but I get what you mean by analog. Yeah, there's some digital stuff there, but it's analog for the most part. So for ground loops, use isolation transformers. Yeah, there's going to be all kinds of little things I got to tweak on here. That's a badass pedal board, Tony says. Thank you very much. What's up, Brian Miller? Dirt Racer, what's going on? No ice in Phoenix. I don't blame you, dude. I wouldn't miss it either. Gravel Rocks, what's going on, man? Alright, so I'm going to do a video, too, on... So before I switched from, running everything through 4-cable method with the Helix to this pedal board, which I have to give credit where credit's due. If it wasn't for Steve Shaheen, you guys have seen him on the show, my good friend Steve Shaheen, none of this would have happened, because he came over and helped me dial all this in and hook it up, and he did a lot of the work, and I really appreciate it, because he's got the same Joyo system, and he knew how to program it, and he did it really quick. So saved me a lot of time and headaches. So I appreciate that very much. So Steve, if you're watching, you the man. Thank you. And he suggested the flashback pedals, which I'm really starting to dig big time. So appreciate that. It's nice to have friends that know stuff. You know. Oh yeah, the MXR10 band. Yeah, I'll probably get that in here too. I still haven't even unboxed that yet. Yeah, that'll be. There's a spot right up here on there for it. It's beyond the camera. Yeah. Anyways, let me just play a couple riffs on here, and let's just start off with a couple riffs and a couple just basic mixes that I do, just to get an idea. Again, I'm still in the testing phase on this. It's not dialed in 100%, so we might run into a couple little snafus tonight, but I don't care. Tonight's just fun. Let's just have some fun. I'll be on for about an hour, and we'll just see how it goes. 1 second here. Okay, so yeah, I'm running this as a switcher, so it's controlling all my amps too. So this thing's amazing. For 200 bucks, you have 4 effects loops that go in front of the amplifier, so you can run 4 pedals. Well, you can run as many as you want, but you know they all go into 4 separate effects loops, so you can daisy chain pedals in each effects loop. But anyways, you have 4 effects loops in front of the amp and 4 in the effects loop of the amp. And it also sends MIDI signals to your amplifiers. It sends up to 2 MIDI signals. And so it will control, if you have Strymon pedals, it'll control those because it's got, a through on the Strymon. So you can send a MIDI out from the Joyo to the Strymon and on the through on the Strymon to your amps. And it will control all your amp channels, all that stuff, which is amazing, and turn the effects loops with presets on it. You can turn the effects loops on the Joyo on and off. So with a click of a button, I can switch channels like I just showed you. Like, one of the reasons why I use the Revv tonight too is you can see it change channels, you know, which is nice. So you got, you know, purple channel for rhythms. There's my wet rhythm, which I have delay, and I'm using the Corona chorus tonight. And then it's going to switch to the red channel for leads, and then the blue channel for cleans. And it's all done with this. This way, when you have analog pedals, and you still want something to switch your amps with and switch the pedals, almost like a digital platform, but it's analog. This way you can do that. So you have the best of both worlds. You have all the efficiency and switching and features of digital, but you have all of the great tone associated with analog. So you blend those together, and this is what you get. Now, I know Boss makes I think it's an ES8 or something like that, which is about $650 that you can use. But the Joyo so far has been great. And thanks to Steve Shaheen, he suggested it and helped me set it up. So it's amazing. We're not done yet. We're going to do some finishing touches on it, but it's good enough for tonight. It's actually good enough, period. I just got to dial in the pedals now, you know. So, but I'm really excited about this. The only thing so far I got to get used to is you don't get the spillover when you switch, you know, from like a wet patch to a dry one. The delays stop instantly, so there's no spillover. But, I mean, that's a small price to pay. And I'll get into all the tonal differences when I do my video on the comparison. But so far, I'm noticing that the amps sound cleaner. They're not as dirty sounding. They sound cleaner, purer, and I think the top end's better on them too. There's a little more of a, just a crisper top end. They're not, it didn't suck. Because I think the digital platforms out there, maybe not all of them, they suck a little tone, you know. And if you're touring and stuff, who cares? You know, I mean, it's fine if you can deal with that. Because I get it. You're touring and you want that the convenience, but I'm down here demoing amps, and I want them to sound as pure as they can. So I think with this setup, I'll achieve that. So anyways, let's hear a freaking mix here and just see how this thing sounds. So there you have it. There's a couple mixes with it. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm really enjoying this very much. I'll tell you what I've noticed right away is the pedals, the real pedals. I literally, they sound different. Like I have to get used to them again. I'm used to the digital pedals, and yeah, I mean the digital stuff in the Helix is great. It's just different. It just sounds different, you know. And I'm just getting used to how these all sound. I love the fact that I can interchange pedals for you guys and for myself. I can demo different stuff. I got all these different overdrives. I can, you know, pull up a different overdrive each night, and I'll put a picture of it up there for you so you can see which one I'm using. I'm using the Mud Killer tonight, but, you know, I'll be using other stuff throughout, you know, the different shows that I'm doing. But, yeah, so far everything's great. You know, real happy with it. Let's see here. I think I saw... Yeah, Lloyd Kaufman. What's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. He says, no trails? Yeah, that's the thing that I'm big on. I love having the trails. I love having that spillover. So I wonder if there's a workaround with that. I'm not sure. But I guess one way you could do it is you could I guess, stay on your lead channel for a few seconds when you're done with your solo and start playing rhythm on it, and then pull out and do the rhythms, you know, and then switch back, you know, and do the rhythms. I mean, I could do that, but yeah, it's something I have to, you know, find workarounds for. That is a thing that the digital platforms do, is they give you all that. But it's fun messing around with all these pedals, so I'm enjoying it. Flux, what's going on, man? He says, psyched that you're playing through the Revv Gen Mark III. Sounds awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it sounds really good tonight. Really thick. That's a beefy amp, man. Let's see. JB says, the TC Electronics have a kill dry switch inside, which I think lets you have the trails when turning off the delay. I'll have to look into that. Thank you. I'll definitely give that a look, because if that's something I can have, I want it. Trust me. It's awesome. What's up, Braxel? How you doing, man? So JB says they can be set up to either be buffered with the trails on or off, or just true bypass, which stops the delay immediately. Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah, I'll look into that. I literally have not even dug into these that much. I just gave them a quick dial-in for tonight, and that's it. So, Flux says, trails are essential when dialing in delay with the live settings. I even run my Helix no spillover mode to make sure the delays tail off perfectly on changes. Yeah, I love the trails. I really do. So if there's a way I can keep them, I will. What's up, Rob Johnson? He says, what made you select the Joyo over the switchers, other switchers on the market? Well, good question. So, I talked to my friend Steve Shaheen about it, and he got one, and he loved it. And he's like, dude, it's real easy to set up. I got it, and it's all done. So he goes, I'm familiar with it, so if you want to get one, I can help you set it up and dial it in and program it. So I'm like, all right, $200. I mean, I figured, you know what, for $200, I'll take a risk. But the Boss, I think it's the ES8, correct me if I'm wrong, that's $650. So I was like, man, I just don't want to spend that kind of money right now. Maybe down the road, but for now, the Joyo is good. And on top of that, I'm trying to do more affordable stuff on the channel. That's one of the reasons why I want to do these pedal demos, because everybody can afford a pedal. You know, I mean, they're $100, $150, you know. So I just want to do more affordable stuff too. People have been asking me to do that for a long time now, and I'm finally getting around to doing it. As you guys know, my summers are busy, so now that I'm getting back in the swing of things, I can start concentrating on more stuff. But, and just so you know, like, this pedal board's stupid. It's ridiculous. I mean, if I was just doing, like, live playing in a band, I would not have all this stuff. This is for the show. This is for demoing. I have all these, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 overdrives, but I don't need 8 overdrives. If I was to go out and play right now, I would pick one of these and just go out and play. I'm doing this only for demonstrating pedals on the show. You know, I mean, this is way overkill. I don't need all this. But again, it's just for the show, and so I can demo stuff and have fun with it. So that's what it's for. Let's see here. So Mike Nash says, I agree, the overall tone better here than with the Helix. Yeah, the Helix is great. Don't get me wrong. If you're touring and that little bit of tone suck that it has on it doesn't bother you, I'd say it's worth it. But again, I'm demoing amps on the show, so I want things to be as pure as possible. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. And pedals are fun. So, you know, every once in a while you want to, get a pedal for $100 or $80 or something. It's easy. You just get it, pop it on your board, and you're done. And it's real. So, Jason Taylor, what's up, buddy? He says, just got here. Do you notice any difference in using this pedal board as opposed to 4CM through the Helix, particularly if the Helix effects loop affects overall tone? Yeah, there's a bit less noise floor, and the top end is better on the amps. It's subtle but noticeable. It depends on the amp too, but I'm noticing more top end on the amps and a cleaner sound. Like it's cleaner. There's less dirt in the signal, if that makes sense. So it's just cleaner. That's the thing that I noticed, anyways. It's not a night and day difference, but it is noticeable. I'll put it to you that way. Yeah, now I need a camera on the ceiling. I know I need like 15 cameras in here. I'm going to start being like Henning Pauly and have cameras everywhere. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. But you need to stack the drives, man, Lloyd says. Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah, you could definitely stack the drives, depending. I got high output pickups, and I got high gain amps, but isn't it usually the blues guys that stack drives? I think that's what it is, but I mean, I've never tried stacking drives because, well, I have, just for fun, but it cuts too much low end off the amp, so you probably have to dial the pedals and the amp in differently to do that. But a lot of guys do that, and usually it's the blues guys, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, maybe I should try that sometime. Let's see here. Brian Miller says, are you running the pedal board into the KEMPER amp and cab switcher? Yeah, so part of it's going in there. So that actually the whole thing is going in there because there's loops on the KEMPER too. There's an input and an effects loop. So yeah, I'm running it through that as well. Yep. Dirt Racer X, I have an HX Stomp that does everything. Still like having some pedals with it. I agree, they're just fun, and I like the interaction. Yeah, exactly. HX Stomp is also a great unit. It really is. They're all good. It just depends. Like I said, I'm just doing this because I want to get back into demoing pedals and just having fun, changing stuff out. It's a modular board. I can change things out and do more pedal demos. And I just want to, have a touch of reality as well hooked up. I'll still use a Helix from time to time as well, but this is going to be fun for a while. It's a nice little experiment for me, so why not, Let's see if I can do some other mixes here. Let me try this one and see what I can come up with here. 1 second here, guys. Okay. Well, yeah, this is getting fun. I got to make some adjustments here. I'm noticing with the G8, I could either run the G8 through, I might have to run it through a different loop. Because with the leads, sometimes you got to make compromises with gates. You know, you want that sustain and all that great stuff with your leads, and if you set the gate up so tight that it chokes some of your notes off, you're going to have issues with that. But I still haven't fine-tuned everything, so I will fine-tune it, and if I end up having to just, I guess, go without a noise gate or something like that for the leads, then I guess I'll have to. But so far, it is working, but I can hear, some of the notes getting choked off a little bit, but that could just be some settings. So it might be my fault. I still got to set this stuff up. So, yeah, I'll do a couple more, questions and answers here, and then I'll play some more mixes for you guys. Rob, you're welcome, dude. Recently got a Gig Rig G3 switcher and love it. It has support for trails when switching presets. Maybe the Joyo does too. Not sure. Dude, that's awesome. That's good to know. That's really good to know. I might have to look into that too. Yeah, for sure. I learned just as much from you guys as, you learned from me here, so I appreciate the information. Seriously. Let's see here. So, JB, you do notice a difference? I just feel like the amps sound cleaner. There's a purity there. Because the AD to DA stuff is real. Analog, or the analog to digital back to analog again. When you're running through stuff on digital products, 4-cable method, there is a conversion there, and depending on the components and how the stuff is made that you're running it through, it could dirty up your signal a little bit, and suck tone. So that is a thing. Let's see here. Flux says, one thing about the Helix effects loop is that you have to set the return level for each amp head, as each amp has its return at different levels. Yeah, you're right. And when you got 16 amps, it's hard to do. It definitely could be an issue, What's going on, Paul? Good to see you here, man. Let's see here. Sasha, what's going on, buddy? Bobby Lecky, what's happening, man? Sounds killer as usual. Found me some time for tone listening. Pedals sound great. Let's dry. What's going on? Good to see you, man. Glad you can make it. What wah am I using? I'm using the Morley, and it's a spring load, or I don't like toe taps, especially when I'm sitting. It's a pain in the ass. So I like the wahs where you just step on them and they engage right away. And it's the smaller Morley, so it's just a regular wah, and so far it's been great. In fact, I'll switch guitars, and I'll do the Sphinx, and show you what the wah's like. I warmed up on the Sphinx tonight, and I played it like crap, so hopefully I'll do a better job live than I did on the warm-up, because that was really piss poor. But let's see here. Yeah, the wah's great though so far. It's a smaller one. The thing is, with the Bad Horsey, it's a great pedal, but it's so huge. It just takes up too much real estate for me. So I figured, you know what? I'll get a smaller one and see what that's like. So, all right, 1 second here, guys. Wow, this just sounds freaking nasty as hell. So behind my volume pedal here, I don't know if you can see it, but I got the MXR script, you know, the Phase 90. So that's what I have there. And that's just a pedal I got to turn on and off. So the thing I got to do is I got to get some of those, I don't know what you call them, those pedal elevator thingies, you know, I forget the correct term for them, but I got to put the Freak Out up a little higher and the MXR Phase 90 up a little higher so I can get to them easier. But yeah, so I got to go to Motor City tomorrow and get a couple of those. Still fine-tuning everything, but yeah, it's I'll tell you what, my tuning is the drop. This is, what tuning is this? This is E-flat with the drop G-sharp. And I'll tell you what, man, every time I pick up my purple guitar, everything sounds thicker and meaner. I love that tuning. Just a half step down really makes a huge difference, especially on a 7-string. Ben Burnett says, you will have to buy 3 noise gates, one for clean, one for rhythm, one for lead. I won't need one for cleans, but, I mean, I'll probably just bypass it for the leads, you know. Running a Morley Mini Boost, Steve O says, with wah currently. Great wah. Yeah, they are. They're great wahs. Yeah, I had no idea when I was shopping for a new wah how many different ones Morley makes now. It used to be just a Bad Horsey. Now they got like 20 wahs. It's crazy. I'm probably exaggerating, but there's a lot of different wahs, so I thought that was really cool. Let's see here. Return Dakota, what's up? He says, have not written in chat in a while, but I have been here mostly every episode. I was waiting for this evolution to move away from Helix for effects. Oh, good to see you here, man. Glad you commented. I mean, dude, the Helix, I still think it's a great product. I really do. I just, I've used it for 6 or 7 years now. So, I don't know, something like that. It's 2022. It feels like 7 years. I could be wrong, but it's been a while. And I still think it's a great product, but I just thought it'd be fun to just do an analog pedal board and have some fun with it. And I'm enjoying the crap out of it. The differences in the tone and all that are subtle. You do notice, but it's not like, oh my God, but you do notice. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. And now, like I said, I can interchange pedals. I mean, right now I'm running the Corona Chorus, and I can switch between that and the TC Electronic. Let me do that for you. That's what's so fun about this. I can do this for you guys now. So I'm on the Corona. When you see me go up here, and you'll see me switch to the TC Electronic Dreamscape Chorus, and you'll hear the difference. There's quite a difference between those two pedals. And when I get into the deep dives on these pedals, when I start using the editor, which is freaking amazing, I'll show you guys all that stuff. I can't wait to create my own tone prints on these pedals and really fine-tune everything, because, like I said before, the tone print software that you get with the TC Electronic stuff goes way beyond what you see on top of the pedals. I mean, you got 4 knobs and a couple switches on these pedals, and it's great. And they're good enough, for the most part, that you could leave it at that and be perfectly happy with it. But if you get into the software, it's a completely different thing. It's like a Harry Potter tent. You get in there and it's just like, oh my God, look at all this stuff, And you can do all this cool stuff with them. And on the TC Electronic Flashback 2s, you have 3 slots where you can put presets on. Your own presets or ones that you get for free that, other guitar players, well-known guitar players have made. I want to make my own, though, because I just think that's fun, And if you guys want, I'll do a tutorial on it and just do a quick, I could probably do that tonight or tomorrow. I'll film it and, just dial it in and have some fun with it. And then I can have presets. Because one of the reasons why I got this is because it has mod chorus on it as well. And I love modded chorus. I just think it's a cool effect, especially if you're going in and out of things and you want to hear the trails come out and spin around and have a little bit of extra kind of texture and chorus and spin on them. And it just makes it's musical, and it's something it's a little more ear candy for the listener and for me, the player, myself. I love hearing that stuff. And it makes you interact with it. It makes you give space for the pedal to kind of live for a second and breathe there and just do its thing, and then you go back and then you play a couple more little riffs and then pull out again, and then you got some space for the pedal to fill up with that cool effect. But the factory default setting on that effect is terrible. And I was so disappointed in it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. It was the equivalent to, okay, can I get some ketchup with my fries? And they dumped a gallon of ketchup on your fries. You're like, bro, what the hell? It was that bad because there was like so much warbly, crazy, chorusy garbage going on there. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this pedal. So then I got into, the software and looking at that, and I was like, oh, you mean you can you can change the parameters and bring that down to normal levels and make it sound really cool. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'll do that in the tutorial video. And if everything that I'm thinking you can do with this pedal, with these, you know, these flashback 2s, is going to happen, I'm really going to highly recommend these pedals, because I mean, where else can you go where you can design your own chorus pedal? Unless you get maybe a Strymon or something. You might pay $450 for one. But for $150, you can literally design your own chorus pedal with right down to the finest details of what you want. It's as if you went to TC Electronic and said, I want my own signature pedal. That is so cool, you know? And some people might be like, you know, or chorus or delay or whatever, like, you know, it's delay's delay, chorus is chorus. Well, yeah, until you can get in there and really fine tune some stuff and really make it your own. You can do high cuts, low cuts, change. There's so many parameters you can change in there, and I just think it's cool that you can customize it. Oh, thanks, Sasha. I appreciate that. He says, button topper fun or whiskey. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, and again, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I am going to get some button toppers for this, because I definitely need to do that. I had them for my Helix, and I'll probably keep them on there, and I'll get some, maybe I'll get 4 different colors, you know, so I can, you know, access things, and each color will mean something different for me. I'm surprised I haven't stepped on the wrong thing tonight. Probably just jinxed myself. Oh, thanks, Mule Blues. It does sound badass, doesn't it? It's freaking killer rig, man. I'm super happy with it so far. Flux, your playing to backing tracks has emboldened me to when I do the same on Tuesdays at the studio. I was feeling a bit self-conscious, but now I just fire up the rig and PA and blast at 110 dBs. Hell yeah, dude. I'm all about the backing tracks. I can have band practice whenever I want. I got new stuff coming out that I'm working on right now, and it's fun. I could get creative. I mean, have a band show up so that you can write your guitar solos and have them play the same section over and over again. They'll all kill you before you get it written, but I can do it all day with my backing tracks. I can actually take the section on my backing tracks and loop it, and just play. I can play the guitar solo 500 times in a row if I want, and the iPad's never going to get mad at me, but a band would. And thank God for backing tracks, because without them, I mean, I wouldn't be able to play tracks for you guys live. I'd have to rely on other musicians to come over here all the time, and we all know what that's like, don't we? Yeah, that's why I'm not in a band anymore. I just want to do my own thing now and enjoy backing tracks, you know. So yeah, embrace the backing tracks, man. It's awesome. I love it. So what do you guys think of the comparison on the chorus pedals? You know what I could do too is maybe if I turn the delay off, maybe that would help. Let me try that, and I'll switch between the chorus pedals again. We'll start with the Corona again. Yeah, I just noticed I had the effect level pretty high on the JP Dreamscape pedal. So I just made a last minute adjustment to it. Yeah, there's going to be some adjusting I got to do here, but so far, like I said, I'm real happy. And I also have the I have two Dreamscapes. One is for chorus and one is for the Flanger. The Flanger is incredible. Let me show you that real quick. Yeah, it's such a rich pedal. There's just really throaty richness to it, and in a mix, it's beautiful. It sounds so good, especially on single notes. It's real throaty. It's got that nasty throatiness to it I love so much. So, George, what's going on, man? Did you try MXR modified overdrive to punch the amp? No, I want to, though. I definitely want to try one of those for sure, man. I'll be doing a lot of overdrive shootouts, all kinds of pedal shootouts, so stay tuned. I'll be doing lots of pedal demos on the channel, which is fun because we can all afford pedals, right? I mean, they're not that much money, and they're fun to get and play around with. So I'll do shootouts, I'll do all kinds of stuff, and thank God for Motor City Guitar, because I can go up there and pick up some pedals and do some demos for you guys. And like I always say on the show, like if I bring it home and I hate it, I just won't demo it. I'm just going to do stuff that I think is cool enough at least to demo. And even if it's not 100% to my taste, if I know that it's at least good enough for a lot of people to like, I'll demo it anyway, you know, and I'll tell you that, you know, it's not a problem, you know, no big deal to me, man. I love all this stuff. Matt Force, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Yeah, thanks, Meal Blues. It does sound badass. I love the chorus pedals, man. They're freaking awesome. Let's see here. Lloyd Kaufman, and FYI, if you are continuing down the pedal road and need some hardware for the future, I probably have everything TC or Boss you might ever want, and a good amount of EHX and Wampler to boot. Oh, cool! That's good to know, dude. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I might hit you up. I appreciate that. Thank you. JB50 says, does the Dreamscape have the switch on dark, normal, or bright? I think it's on normal. Yeah, I got it in the middle. I like it on there. Yeah, on dark it sounds good, but I mean, I want, especially in a mix, I want it to stand out. But the and I'm using, on the chorus, I'm using the bottom one, the first one. There's 2 choruses on the TC Electronic Dreamscape, and I'm using the more lively one. The other one's actually really cool too. I like it a lot. Yeah, JP has a great flange, doesn't it, Lloyd? I mean, it's freaking awesome. It's just so thick. It's got a really thick swirl to it. I love it so much. It's awesome. What guitar do I have? In fact, I'll use the flanger on this next mix here. Where is it? Right here. Might as well play this one. Man, this sounds incredible to my ears. I hope it sounds as good to you guys as it does to me right now, because I'm in freaking hog heaven right now. Wow, this sounds amazing. Flux says, what are your Revv G8 settings on the board? I'm running all the way open. Alright, so I have the threshold at top dead center because I need, you know, that sweet spot for solos and rhythms. And as you heard on the rhythms, it wasn't tight enough. So if you're going to use it just for rhythms to really clamp down and clean up the rhythms, then you'd want the threshold probably at around 3 o'clock. But I have it at noon, and that's, like I said, the sweet spot for rhythms and lead. I might do some changes to my pedal board to run it just for rhythms and not leads. So, and then the output is at 9 o'clock, and the release is pretty much almost all the way down, like probably 8 o'clock. Yeah, that's where it's at. So I'll monkey around with it and see what I can come up with, to get that sweet spot. I had it before, but every solo is different, Some solos I'm riding out notes longer than, so I got to find that sweet spot that covers everything. And if I can't do it, I'll just use it for rhythm only, which is fine. That's fine. That's what most people do. Yeah, that flanger does sound sick, doesn't it, Flux? I'm telling you guys, if you want a killer flanger, especially for single notes, it's just rich. It's just very rich. It thickens up your notes, and it just sounds incredible. I love it. Let's see, Christopher, I could never get a flanger to work for me. All user error and lack of skill. No, give yourself some credit, dude. I'm telling you, there's some flangers out there that sound like crap. So I can relate, man. But this one here is amazing. I do enjoy them, but I stick to the classics: overdrive, reverb, and chorus. Stick to what you know, right? No, hey, if you don't need a flanger, it's sometimes it's better to stick to with what you know, yeah. But if you are interested in trying a flanger again, though, get the Dreamscape. It is an incredible flanger. It really is. I love it. Oh my God, Tony, thank you so much for the super chat. Holy cow. He says, contribution towards the new Schecter. Meant to do this last Sunday. Cheers. Oh, dude. Thank you so much, man. You're the man. God, I'm kind of blown away right now. I don't even know what to say. Wow, man. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. Oh my God. That just, yeah, that put some gas in the tank. Yeah, I was feeling a little down today, too. And thank you. I really appreciate that. Wow, you guys are awesome, man. Sean Casey, sounds real good, and I think analog sounds a lot better and richer and cleaner. Thank you, and thank you, Lloyd. I appreciate that. Yeah, Sean, I am getting a clarity here that I'm liking. When I first hooked this all up and I listened to the amps in the room the other night, I was almost a little intimidated by how clean everything was. I'm like, well, I better start practicing more because it's just a cleaner signal. I just feel like it's cleaner. And anytime you run through digital products, and they are amazing, don't get me wrong, I've been doing it for years, and I think they're awesome, and I totally understand why people do it. But anytime you run through those, there is a conversion that happens from analog to digital, back to digital, back to analog again. And in that little cycle, it's almost like the telephone game. It gets, there's a little bit of perversion that happens to the signal there. So, yeah, it gets skewed a bit. What's up, James Dunn? Good to see you here, man. Sasha says, I found some flangers seem to do better pre-gain. Others seem to do better post-gain in the loop. Yeah, this one's in front. So I have this flanger in the front, and I love how it sounds. Because you get a nice swirl in the front, and then if you put it in the loop, you get that washy thing, kind of like on Flying High Again. That part where he turns that on and he gets that washy thing. I like the dark swirl better. I also think the washy thing's cool, but if I had to choose one over the other, I'd take the dark swirl because it's just so aggressive. It's like, oh my God, he just turned on a freaking flanger. It's like, ugh, there's a lot of aggression there. It just sounds incredible. It's so thick. So what guitar do I have? The purple one. What else can I do? I haven't played in a while. It's 3 shots and a chaser, so maybe I can do that tonight. I need to practice it anyways. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Well, get ready for the SHIT show, because this is going to be something else. 1 second here, guys. Do you believe in miracles? I actually made it. Oh my god, that was pretty fun, man. I'm still working on the ending of that song, but dude, this rig is fun, man. I'm really having a good time with this rig. Holy crap, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to go to Motor City tomorrow. I'm gonna get those pedal risers, and I'm gonna pick out a couple other things to add to the board, and dude, it's gonna be a blast. I'm really gonna enjoy this. Let's see, Mark Jones, what's up, man? He says, long time watcher, first time commenting. Love your show, very informative. Great job. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Seriously, that really means a lot. Us YouTubers, we put a lot into these shows, and you know, any type of support we can get, we always appreciate. You know, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and we really, you know, the thing is I want you guys to get a lot out of these shows. I want you guys to want to tune in. I call it infotainment. It should be informative and entertaining, and that's what I try to do for you guys. And if you ask me, the show just got a hell of a lot better because I got this other camera here that I'm going to do alternate angles with and all that. And I know it's not the best angle on the pedal board, but it's like the best I could come up with at the last minute here. And you know, with all the pedal demos I'll be doing, shootouts, and I can't wait to show you what is you know, these flashback pedals are capable of. I mean, I'm not kidding you. It really is like a Harry Potter tent, you know. Remember the movie? They looks like this teeny tent, and they walk inside, and it's like, holy crap, it's like a mansion in here. That's literally what these pedals are like. It's insane, you know. So James Dunn, hey Jarrod, have you ever tried the Fortin 33 boost? If you have, that's what the Dirty Tree boost copies on the DT mode. Oh, okay. And the TC mode is like TC electronic high-low filter circuit. Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't tried one. I tried a Fortin 33 briefly once. And I'll have to dig back into that. I'll be doing a lot of pedal demos for you. So I'm sure they got them at Motor City. I'll try one out. And the Pepper's Dirty Tree, I keep hearing good things about it, so I definitely want to try that out too. But yeah, still stay tuned for that. Jason Taylor says, I noticed that your amp channel levels are maxed. On my Revv, I've been running them at noon, which means I have a higher master setting. What's the guideline? You know, that's a good question. I don't really know. I mean, I should probably redial in this amp because, you know, so I can get like a solo boost, you know, or I can assign it to a different master. I guess I could do that too. But on some amps, like on the Savage, you want the channel volumes cranked because you get more fullness. Between all the way down and up to 3 o'clock, you notice a huge difference in like how thin the amp is, and then from 3 o'clock on, it really fills up. So, and on the Revv, I don't really know if it's fuller that way. It's just a thing. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I think it sounds great. So I mean, I'm happy with it. But with the Revv, I don't think it's dependent on the channel volumes to be cranked all the way up for it to be as full. I just think it's more of a tonal thing. Like if you want more of the preamp to be your tone, as opposed to the power amp section, then you would go that route. Or if you want more of the power amp section to color your tone, then maybe you'd do it the other way. So maybe it's one of those things. But maybe I should experiment with it a little bit and find out. That is a very good question, though. Let's see, Flux says, damn it, Jarrod, now I'm thinking about pedals in lieu of the Helix. Well, yeah, that's what I'm here for, to make you guys as broke as I am. You know, it's not fair that only I'm broke. You guys all have to be broke, too. I'm that kid, man. If I'm going to the principal's office, you're sitting right next to me. He did it, too. Yeah, so, like, you know, the thing that's nice about the Helix, though, is it does allow you to incorporate pedals with it, too. So, again, I'm just doing this for the show. I would never do this for any other reason but for Tone Wars, you know, for you guys. I mean, and I'm not trying to, you know, pat myself on the back. I'm just saying that I'm literally just doing this so I can do demos. And I want the amps to be as pure sounding as they can so that you guys get the purest sound that you can, because it's my show, and I just want to have the most integral way to demo these amps so that there's no, you know, there's nothing that's going to take away the integrity of the tone of these amps. You know, I want it to be as pure as possible, you know, for you guys. Yeah, flashback with Mash, you're right, Lloyd. That's definitely a cool feature. I'm going to dig into that too. I mean, you can hold down the mash button and it does all these crazy things, and then I guess you can tell it which crazy parameter you want it to, you know, to go nuts on. So yeah, I'm going to dig into that too. I definitely need to get some risers for some of these pedals so I can reach them easier, because right now I got to kind of reach over the Joyo. You can see on the camera, you know. So if I reach over here and tap this but hit one of these buttons, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm surprised again, like I haven't already done that tonight. But let's see here. Do I have anything else that I haven't played? Yeah, I do. This is going to be interesting because I haven't played this guitar yet today. Let's get one more mix in here with this guitar. I have not played this yet through the Revv, if I remember correctly, or through this pedal board yet. So let's just see how these pickups act with these pedals and all this other stuff. Maybe there'll be a difference, maybe there won't. Let's find out together. Here we go. Well, I finally did it. I pushed the wrong button. I got lucky though; it didn't screw everything up, so thank God. But yeah, that was that was fun. See what I mean? Like I couldn't turn this pedal off. I mean, I gotta put that up on a riser for sure. I mean, there's definitely some stuff like when you switch from digital, you're used to certain things and conveniences, and then when you switch back to pedals, there's some things that you run into that you're like, oh, all right, the trails thing, and then the pedal risers, I got to get those, and there's just some, you know, some different stuff that come into play, but so far it's worth it though. Again, I love the Helix. It's been great, and I'll still use it from time to time, but you know, this is kind of a new toy for me doing all this, and it's a lot of fun, and and hopefully, like, whatever solutions I come up with here can help some people that are dealing with the same thing. Like, oh, pedal risers, they make those? Some people don't know that, you know? And I'll learn some stuff from you guys too. So I love this whole thing because it allows me to show some things to people and to learn some things from people as well. So I appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, this is a Schecter. Yep. This is the Schecter, the C7 Elite with the Moderns, you know, the whatchamacallit, Fishman Fluence Moderns in it. Yep. Bobby Leckie, what's this, a new guitar? Yep. I got this a couple weeks ago and have been, I got it for Well, for the channel, so I can demo amps with another guitar with different pickups. And I'll tell you, it does make a difference. I've been in Majesty world for so long that you know, I knew that pickups mattered and other guitars mattered, but I didn't know how much, because, you know, when you just play one guitar, there's always that, yeah, I get it, other guitars sound different, but when you play the other guitars, that's when you're like, oh my god, well, I knew it was different, but this is a whole new perspective. Like, there is a difference. There's certain amps on this shelf that I would not play this. If I owned just this guitar, there are amps here I wouldn't buy because of it. So I totally understand people that say, well, that amp didn't work for me. And now I can say, well, what guitar did you use? This one. Oh, yeah, that's why. You know, it seems like all the amps work really good with these guitars because they're pretty even keeled. But when you get pickups like these, you know, the Fishman Fluence, there is a different voicing with it, and depending on, you know, the amplifier, like, I don't like the Badlander with this guitar at all. If I owned just this guitar, I would not like the Badlander, but I love the Badlander with the Majesties. That said, though, I slightly prefer this guitar with the KSR Aries than I do with the Majesties. I think the Majesties sound amazing through it, but when I compare them side by side through the same amp, I'm like, I kind of like how this one sounds a little better through that amp, oddly enough. So, yeah, there are differences. So, let's see here. James Dunn, that's an insane pedal board. Yeah, it really is. It's an insane pedal board. You know, when Steve Shaheen came over to help me wire it up, he came over and he saw we mocked it up. He's like, dude, he's like, I should have known that it was going to be some stupid, ridiculous thing that you were going to do, because he knows how I am. I never do anything small. I always go way over the top. Maybe I'm compensating for something. I don't know, but but anyways, he was kind of laughing the whole time. He's like, dude, you're a freaking maniac, you know. Let's see here. So Sean Casey says, believe it or not, the new guitar sounds a little brighter with the analog stuff. Yeah, it might. There is a different tone coming out of it, so you could be right, man. Best way to describe, I guess, is that more pure sounding. Gotcha. Yeah, it does sound, yeah, everything sounds really good tonight. I'm loving it. Yeah, Flux says, love how big the Schecter sounds. Yeah, it does. It sounds huge, man. It's a pretty guitar, too. It really is a nice-looking guitar. Bobby Lecky, a little less output sounds great. More definition on some mids. Looks longer scale length. Comfy, higher. Yeah, you know, it's you have a lot of access to the frets up here. It's great. It really is. And yeah, you're right. It really does look really good. And the scale length on the neck is bigger. That's why I have to warm up on this guitar on certain songs, because I feel, just like earlier when I was playing that solo, I always tap a harmonic. I'm like, where is it? Because I'm used to that muscle memory thing where you're like, you know where you're supposed to be. So every time I play this guitar, I'm still getting used to it. I always feel like I'm about an inch off. I feel like I'm on the wrong fret. And I'm always got to really look and concentrate, make sure I know where I'm at. Because muscle memory, I feel like I'm in the wrong spot. You know, so I don't acclimate to guitars very easily, but I have to learn now. JB50 says, how are you doing the piezo and the Majesty now? Does it go into a different amp? So if I was to do a piezo, I usually just use my KEMPER, you know, because it's just easier. Otherwise, piezo, you would want to run that direct into a direct box in the front of house with a couple effects on it, you know. That's pretty much what you'd want to do. You never want to run a piezo through a regular guitar amp. It just doesn't sound good at all. It sounds twangy and crappy. They're made for either acoustic amps or direct to front of house. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. Oh, thanks, Jason Taylor, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Nothing particular to say, just thanks and rock on. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that very much. You've been a you know, a supporter of the channel for a long time, and I very much appreciate that. It really does mean a lot. I seriously does, dude. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, Sean Casey, sounds good. New guitar. Yeah, baby. It does. Sasha, did you use Fluence when you tried the slow out? No, I didn't. Good question. I did not use the Fluence. I just got this guitar, so every time I demo an amp now on the channel, I'll always use this guitar and one of the Majesties, so I can get and give a different perspective for you guys. Thunder Guild, do you run any fuzz pedals? Good question. No, I wouldn't know what to do with the fuzz pedal. You know, it just doesn't suit my playing style, but I wouldn't mind trying one out and demoing it for you guys. I mean, just to see. I'm one of those guys, I'm kind of a one-trick pony. I play metal and progressive metal only, and I'm one of those guys, you hand me a Strat or something, I'm like, what do I do with this? It might as well be a piccolo or a trumpet, you know. I'm like, I don't really know what to do with those. I'm a very specific player. Yeah, and so, but I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to fuzz just to see what they're like. I don't think I've ever even played through one. Let's see here. I actually have an acoustic amp for piezo. Jeffrey says, yeah, you really have to, you know. So for that mix, I actually used the top chorus setting on the JP TC Electronic, and it actually sounded really good. So yeah, depending on your taste, you're going to pick, you know, one chorus kind of thing over another. But I'll go back to the Corona, see how that all acts with this guitar, because pickups do matter on those as well. Let's play a couple riffs, and I'll get out of here in about 5 minutes. Okay, well, been on for an hour and 40 minutes here, so I'm going to wrap up in a minute here, a couple minutes here. Just any final thoughts? Any last words? Any questions or anything? I'll be happy to ask them or answer them for you, and whatever. So this is one of my favorite parts, is interacting with you guys. So Flux's 25.5 scale neck versus 26.5 inch neck. Yeah, I have a Majesty 26.5 scale, so I have to look at the fretboard when I play anything other than that. Yeah, it really does matter. It really does, man. When you change necks, even like that chord I was playing, I was in the wrong spot. I had to move it up. You saw me laughing. I'm like, yep, there's perfect example. I always feel like I'm in the wrong spot on this guitar. I really do. It's the strangest thing, you know. So let's see, Vox Pathfinder, better than the Olympics. So thank you. You know, watching paint dry is better than the Olympics this year. That's for sure. Let's see, James Dunn. I'm still getting used to my 27-inch baritone. Oh yeah, dude, the baritones. You know what's cool though with this longer scale length? I could probably drop tune this a lot easier. I'm trying to figure out what tuning I'm going to do with this. I might even drop it down a whole step, and I think that would be nice. I mean, while I have the scale length, I might as well take advantage of it and use it. And from what I hear, that's what these pickups are kind of made for. They're made for lower tuning, so maybe I should drop this down a whole step and write some songs with that. The only problem with that is when I'm comparing it to other guitars, it's in a different tuning, so you know what I mean? So it's tough, but I still think I should drop it down at least a half a step, you know. Thunder Guild, I like what you do. 420. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. I like what I do, and I like what you guys do. I love it when you guys show up, and I love the fact that you guys are patient with me because of my job. Sometimes I just can't go live on Wednesday nights because I get stuff moved around because of weather. So I appreciate you guys working with me on that too. Thank you. Let's see here. Flux, and you definitely need a camera angle from the ceiling aimed at the pedal board. Yeah, for sure, man. I got to get something up here. The thing is, it's a drop ceiling, so I got to figure out how I'm going to make that happen. But yeah, I'll be working on some stuff. I got a lot of work to do. That's the thing, man. Even when I'm not doing shows, I'm down here crawling around and measuring and trying to hook things up and make it work. I mean, it's crazy, this stuff. I'd probably be 10 times a guitar player right now if I wasn't doing all that stuff. I need to play more. Maybe drop G, JB says. Yeah, maybe I should do drop G or something like that. That would be a good tuning for this, yeah. So 25, Flux says 26.5 scale necks hold lower tunings very well. Yeah, I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to do that for sure. Hey, Sean. Good night, buddy. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it very much. Well, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm going to eat a little food, and I got a big old cigar waiting for me to smoke, so I'm going to have a nice cigar out in the garage and chill out, call my buddy Jay and just shoot the crap with him. But let's see here. Thunder Guild, I just drop in when I can. Yeah, I appreciate you being here, dude. Seriously, I really do. It means a lot. I love it when people can catch the live streams from time to time where we can interact. That's the best part about doing this. Well, guys, again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and trust me, there's a lot to come. A lot of content for me to put out for you guys with all these pedals. And again, I think it's fun because they're all so affordable. You know, it's not like, I'm doing a video on a $4,000 product. It's $150. And if it's something really cool and it's something that would work for you, hopefully you can pick one up easily and enjoy it too. I mean, that's what this is about. Just sharing stuff with each other, and it's kind of like we're all friends. Like, hey, check this out. It's just that kind of thing. So that's really what I want to do here. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, again, thank you for all the super chats to all my patrons. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you more than I can say. And for everybody that's just here hanging out, I very much appreciate you guys too. Seriously, it really means a lot to see you guys here. I love it. So it makes my day. It really does. Well, guys, like I always say, every day's a gift. And thank you so much for spending part of yours with me. I appreciate it. And look for some new episodes coming out soon with all these pedals and other things. And Carrie and I will be live on Sunday night at 7. God bless you guys. Love you all. And I will see you all very soon.